So today we're going to talk about the rook. So the rook is a very important piece, and you probably already know. It moves from left to right, vertical and horizontal, like this, and like this. And it's worth 5 points. So about the rook, so in the beginning of the game, it's going to be in the corners here, which is a very tough spot. But in order to get the rooks in the middle and into play, you would have to castle on either the king side or the queen side. And so castling basically is a move that works like this. You would have to take the pieces in between of the king and rook out of the way. So knight, bishop, queen. So let's move the bishop out, knight out, queen out, and now we can castle. And castling, how it works is the king moves 2 spaces towards the rook that you're doing it with. So in this case, I want to do it with this rook on the queen side. So I would go 1, 2, rook comes on the other side, and now it's into play. And the rook is a very important piece for the endgame, and it normally helps a lot in the endgame and can help with checkmates. So the rook, you want to keep it on till the end of the game, unless of course you do a trade like rook for rook or rook for knight and bishop. So the other way to castle with the rook is like this. If we put the bishop back here, knight back, so you would have to take the bishop out from this side. So that I'm going to take it out, and then you'd have to take the knight out of the way, and then king would move 2 spaces towards the rook you're doing it with. So in this case it's the king side. So 1, 2. Rook would come over like this. So now, once you move your rook like this, it's into play, attacking the center, and is a very important piece to win the game. Earlier, I was talking about how the rook could be very important for the endgame and checkmates in the endgame. So I'm going to give you about 5 seconds here to find out a checkmate. And this is a very famous position here of an endgame. And you're going to see it a lot of times. So now I'll give you a few seconds to find the checkmate here. And if you didn't see it, so this is a very classic checkmate. So the rook would come down to this lane, and then this would be a checkmate because the king has nowhere to move. Can't move here, and the pawns are blocked off, and no piece can go in between. Here is another famous checkmate position in an endgame with rooks. So this rook is blocking off this lane here, so the king is trapped in this lane. And if you bring the rook down here to d8, so as you can see, the king's in check. Can't move here, can't move here. Here's still check. Here's check, and no piece can go in between.